Welcome back in, friends. Another Stormgate cast for you today. This is Algorithmore and another one from our buddy VincentVanGGod, aka Isma. Isma is back. Check him out on the Discord and on Twitch. And in this game, he will be facing off against a celestial opponent. In the red, this is COBALT. And welcome to the channel, COBALT. I think I may have cast a COBALT game once or twice in the past, but it's been a while. So if this is my first one, welcome in. And COBALT going for that double arc ship to open us up today. Pretty common opening here from the Celestials. He supported the Children's Hospital of Orange County with double chalk bear on display here. We've got command post going down for Vincent. That's it. He's got nothing. He also supports chalk, but he's a fan of the chicken. Who doesn't love chickens as well? So pretty safe opening for these two as they're opening both eco. No one has to worry about any early aggression since both went into the economy build. And there's not even a Rax out for Vincent yet, so no threat coming from him. Creation Chamber on the way, almost done as we're saturating up our bases. Surged up, first Argent on the way. Gonna pop real quickly here. And we may see some early Argent pressure. Second Argent on the way too. And what do we got? Servo's going for third base. We got a Rax up yet? Okay, the Rax just finished. Oh, I thought they were going. There we go. There we go. Argent's charging up on the old chamber. Our first Gracelight node. What's it doing? Turn into an Adjudicator? Straight up into Adjudicator. Arc ships lift off. And we're going for third and fourth right away. That's crazy. I like that. Absolutely crazy. Although with the new Celestial economy, that's effectively free. You just lift off and go pop down and you get a new chamber. You still have to put prisms on it, of course. There's a scout here saying, hey, I'm going to stop you. But probably not. Probably not. This base also going down. A couple of Grace Lights being summoned. And in come the Argents into the main. Can they get a... Ooh, perfect. Right on the sentry post. Really nice reaction from Vincent. But the sentry post goes down immediately from the target fire. Lancer out. Argents don't really want to get caught with the body block. But they are happy to kite on the way home. Looks like they are going to retreat. First Hedgehog out. This base up and running. And wow, okay, Vincent.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
Vincent going for that fourth base at the 3-minute mark as the Stormgate launches. We do have the 4 bases up for COBALT. I mentioned that earlier, so both of them going real heavy into the econ here.
A Stormgate has appeared.
That could mean an interesting game. If one side's going heavy econ and the other is not, usually that can end in an early end as an army shows up and you've got nothing to defend. But if both are going heavy econ, that can lend for a longer macro game. We'll see how it works out. Right now, they're going to tug a war over this first Stormgate here. Argents seem to have the advantage here, although they're in retreat because they need a kite against these Lancers. Lancers going down, though. Another one might die, despite being in retreat here. Lancers, or the Argents go to the high ground there. That's a nice little position in this map on Broken Crown. Especially now that the Stormgates are in the map. This Stormgate gets captured, and what are we going to pop out of it? Favorite. Works really well with some of the injured Argents that we've got over here for COBALT now. And he's going up here, what, just to look to see if there's a scout? Sometimes you park a scout there or something. This means he's feeling he can probably put down another base. Still trying to saturate the third and fourth base, though. Like the sentry post style over here. That's definitely going to help against a Kree run by, which can be very common in the mid to late game versus a Celestial. Although, do we see any Kree out yet? I don't see any. Oh, there we go. A couple Kree on the way. Rollout being researched right now. And good timing, as the Argents are about to pop here, and they're like, nope, no thanks, actually. That didn't feel right. And Vincent's responding anyways, as he should. He knows he got scouted out. This base has been put down now, and I guess this forward base also. And these are summoned arc ships. So we're on 4 arc ships here for COBALT. That's just going to be even more prism production. That'll help with Therium, of course. Doesn't look like a lot of Therium being gathered yet. 6 here. No one on any of the other patches. And we're very heavy into the Argent to accommodate the low Therium income. Ooh, getting some forward nodes. And COBALT's actually... Ooh, getting into a very good position here, I'd say. These, I assume, are going to turn into Judicators. Maybe a few turn into Energizers. I think if you're wise, you turn some into Energizers. But no, all Judicators. And again, this is on the high ground. Army walking down on the low ground might get pot-shotted. Stormgate's going to be in the middle. Scan to see if there's an army there. Scan's fairly large range, so I do think that that is going to spot where the army is.
A Stormgate has appeared.
Stormgate has appeared. I never really noticed it opens as you attack it there. The little rift gets wider and wider. That's cool. Then it opens, and what do we get? Tier 2 rewards can be underwhelming. There we go. We get the Cosmic Drifter filled up. Oh, this forward base already being taken here. Again, another summoned arc ship. So we're at 5 arc ships. Here comes the Cosmic Drifter. Drops down the Kree. Kree on top of servos. Taking out sentry posts. Doing some pretty good damage there. And picking up and heading into the main. Medtechs and Vulcans are already up there. But as the army's chasing this around, it is time for COBALT to make his play. He's going to go for this base. Unfortunately, this is probably the best defended base from Static D. The Kree are still, or the Cosmic Drifter has the Kree inside. Drops them on top of Vulcan seems not the wisest. But this base is going to get cleaned up. And I say that while he's still dealing with... There's still sentry posts here. He's like, oh my god, you had a dozen sentry posts. It's a hard base to clean up. But it does get cleaned up. There's still servos there, so they just turn and put down a new sentry post. Poor Faerun is like, no, let me get home free. Oh, and she does. Judicator nodes come in. And they're doing alright, although there's a good number of Vulcans here. We're watching COBALT circle around to try and get into a good position to help take out this army. In fact, going for the flank, a lot of medtechs in this army. Not a lot of DPS from them, but that means they're going to keep this army very well healed. Vulcans can do the DPS while the medtechs keep them alive. One Vulcan going down. And COBALT is relying just on an arc here. Does a heaven step, but gets countered by jump jets. Now remember, that means those Vulcans are going to be right there in the middle. They're going to be able to get that splash damage. And because of the medtechs keeping them alive there, that turned out really good for Vincent. I think there needed to be a little bit different choices made from COBALT in that battle. Needs to focus on the Vulcans a little more with the focus fire instead of relying on the concave. Concaves are, you know, in general really good when you're fighting, but against Vanguard, especially with a lot of healing, the concave can almost be nullified. You need you need focus fire on single units so that you can out DPS the healing. We didn't see that in that last battle, and we'll see if we get some more in the coming battles. Although
rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
I'm seeing mostly Kree coming out here. I don't think this is the winning battle with just Kree. Do we have an Ascentress Matrix on the way? Do we have any Star Forges or anything
Stormgate
here?
has appeared.
Oh, there we go. Some Star Forges down there. Kree trying to do some damage again, but it's Sentry Post Fever out here. This base is going to get targeted now. Some weak Kree rolling in on the right. They're going to get a nice a concave on the Hedgehogs on the edge there. Atlas on the high ground. Hasn't sieged up yet. Now it does. And that's going to add the extra siege power. Adjudicator knows out of energy. They're going to go down. Kree going to try and roll up on the tank, but the tank has a Vulcan buddy to protect him. The Vulcan does go down, but once again, lots of sentry posts up there. Going for the med techs. They can be a good kill. They're not the DPS of the army, but like I mentioned earlier, they keep the army alive. Huge Atlas shots and bombing run there just wiped out the whole army. Whole army gone. This base is going to get claimed by Vincent. With that said, COBALT did mine from this base for a while. Can we check? No, we still can't check. Sabers out. That's going to be a nice addition to help versus the Vulcans. There are now Hurricanes above as well. Stormgate right here only has a limited amount of time left with a tug of war. Oh, another bombing run! Better dodging this time from COBALT as he used Heaven Step to get away. Trying to move forward with some of his Argents, although they're going to get focused by some Atlases. And Stormgate goes unclaimed. COBALT sitting on a little bit of a bank here. Would have been nice if he could better spend that a bit. Does have the supply lead. The economy that he built up early in this game has allowed him to stay in it despite losing a few battles here. But this base is now going to go up for Vincent. Vincent's up to 3 Hurricanes. And I assume more on the way. Look at this Judicator node little matrix setup up here. And here it looks like Vince is going to try and make something happen down at the bottom of the map. It's his time. He's going to put the damage down now. Moving up, killing some prisms. Other prisms run. Here comes the whole army. They try and Heaven Step on top of the Hurricanes, although we get a nanoswarm. The bombing runs on the Sabers are really effective. Argent cycling around to the backside, getting on top of the Atlases. That means the Atlases are going to get taken out of the fight. But the Hurricanes are still above with the nanoswarms on them, keeping them alive. As soon as those bombing runs are ready to go again, they are going to wipe out these Argents, I fear. The Argents trying to get out, but the only way they can with their move command is right through the army of Vincent, and they get all killed. And now this base is going down. COBALT regrouping in the middle. It does have some sides out now to deal with the Hurricanes as needed, but we're also getting Hornets on the map, which are a good counter to the sides as well. We could end up with an Air Force battle going here. Vincent taking the time to grab the Stormgate. What's he going to pop from it? Could just grab a deep one. No, he's got... Is that double Power Stone? Yes. And he's going to have double Avatar Hurricanes. Those look dangerous. This base is going to go down. We're going to have it contested on the left side from COBALT. He comes rushing in. He's got scanners. Why do you got 5 scanners in your army? I don't know what they're there for, but they're there. He pulls back to try and deal with a few reinforcements, which is maybe the best he can do right now. The Avatar Hurricanes above. Serious bombing runs, but they get dodged. Well done from COBALT to dodge them there. But now we have the Hurricanes just moving in here. Wow, I like how the trees are just becoming the casualties in this battle. Jump jets on top of the Argents who haven't stepped away. They're rushing back, trying to stay alive, but the Vulcans can still hit them with their long-range fire. And Vincent says, fine, I'm going to kill your bases. This is where the Starforge is in. In come some Archangels. That's exactly what needed. And they're punching those Avatared Hurricanes real hard. Down goes one of them. And they turn and they go into their Meteor Strike to try and take us out of the ground army, but there's just not enough from the Archangels. They were hoping to be the divine intervention that was needed. But unfortunately, the massive Hurricane Air Force here is untouchable, unstoppable. Final push in. Here comes the Argents and the Kree. A bunch of Kree stuck in the back, but they roll out to the front. Mowed down by Vulcans. We see them all explode in their guts there at the last second. Argents retreat to bombing runs above. And the Hurricanes are just proudly pushing into the base now, saying, we're here for destruction. And COBALT calls GG.